everyone, my name's Kristen and welcome to my Cathedral garden. If you're new here, I am a homeschooling mama to 4 kids. We have a 5th grader, a 3rd grader, a 1st grader, and a 4-year-old. And today I am talking all about how our first month of school has gone. I am so excited today because today's video is in collaboration with LaDonna from Sparrows and Lilies. I'm gonna link her channel right here as well as her video. But you guys, if you don't know about LaDonna, you are in for such a treat. I mean this with all sincerity. This girl is one of the sweetest girls that I know. We talk on Marco Polo quite frequently. She has prayed over me. She's prayed over my church. And when I say prayed, I mean some of the most sincere prayers that I've heard in my life, and it's through a phone screen and where she can't even see my face. She is just something so special. She has 2 kiddos that are a little bit older. This is their 2nd year of homeschooling and they are rocking it. So yes, please go check out her channel. LaDonna, thank you so much for collaborating with me. I can't wait to see how your school year has gone as well. So I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. Let's get right into it. How our school year has gone. We have been schooling about a month so far, and so I kind of wanted to come in and give a little mini update, and so did LaDonna. We were just talking about that and asking each other how it's going, what's great, what's not, you know, stuff like that, and we decided to collaborate today. How it has gone this year. 10 million times better than last year, so that is a good thing. That is progress forward, and for that I am so thankful. And I'm going to talk real quickly about what has worked this year. So one of the things that has made this year so much better is that I made a point to myself to make sure that I was more prepared. I was not great at that in the past, besides just doing the bare minimum of what I needed to do to check the box of school. And you know what? That's okay. There are years that just needs to happen. And for us, you know, this is, we're going into our 3rd year of being here in this town and in this house. And honestly, that's kind of the longest we've lived anywhere. And so I feel like our feet are under us, kind of, after a move to a new town, a new city, new place, new church, new friends, all of it. New experience. We were going to a part-time school, then we went full-time homeschooling, and so maybe that is part of why this year is easier. And also maybe through all those changes I was just doing what I could to make it through our day and to get our school done. And so what I'm saying is, if that is you, if you are just doing the next lesson in the book, that is okay. You have mamas right here that are doing the exact same thing, and I'm rooting you on. There is nothing wrong with that. But I did want this year for us personally to look a little bit different, for us to have more fun and to do more projects and stuff like that. And so I purposed that would be what would happen this year. So looking ahead and preparing ahead of time is what has been so beneficial. Okay, the next thing that I believe has made this year just slightly easier is that I have utilized a video math curriculum for my 2 older children. So for my 5th grader and my 3rd grader. And that has been one of the very best things I have done. I do enjoy teaching my kids math because I did not really understand it as a kid. I struggled always with math, but now that I'm older, it does come easier, and I'm so thankful for that. And so I like getting to understand what I really did not grasp sometimes back whenever I was learning these concepts. However, one of the things I think that made last year hard is that I was teaching 3 individual math lessons, 2 individual reading lessons, an individual English and writing lesson. And it was just a lot of individual teachings that by the time I was done and had gone through everyone, I was spent. And so we were not getting to family subjects as much as I wanted to. And so having this option for the video-based math curriculum, we are using Nicole, the math lady, and she teaches Saxon. Having that option has been so amazing because my boys could start the video, she teaches them a lesson, she's fun and engaging, and then they can do their work. If they have a question, they can ask me. I have the solutions manual and I can kind of come along and supplement. But as far as the meat of the teaching, she's doing that. And while I have one of them learning with her, then I have someone else with me, and we are getting through individual lessons a lot quicker and with a lot less intensity on my end, which is phenomenal, and it gives me more bandwidth to do those fun things, fun-wise and family subjects-wise, that I'm wanting to do to begin with. Also, I have utilized a planner, actually completely utilized it for the first time this year. It's making my life easier. I know I'm late to the game. I don't love having it, but I have loved being able to rely on it. I try to remember to fill out my homeschool planner, and even if that means sometimes backwards planning, but that also has kept me on track, and I'm ready and wanting to get a full week where I did it all. Hasn't happened yet, like where I wrote down everything and we got it done and it like all worked perfectly the way I wanted it to on paper. That hasn't happened, probably won't. That's my goal, and that's okay. We can have a goal. Lastly, the thing that also has made this year so much more fun for me and for them is that we are a part of a drop-off co-op this year, and this is the first time we've ever done that. I am able to go and take my kids and drop them off at 9, and I pick them up at 3. They are able to be with other kids, and they are all learning kind of life skills and the together subjects, the science, the history, kitchen, all kinds of stuff like that. Hold on one second. As I was saying, they learn nothing meat-wise. I'm still teaching math, I'm still teaching reading, things like that, but they are going and doing things that I'm not having to teach them, but they are still having fun with. I think last week, my 5th grader, they cooked steaks. I mean, come on. My other kids had a knife skills where they used, of course, like plastic butter knives and learned how to cut correctly and stuff like that. And it's just been so fun for them and for me, because now I have a day that I'm not having to ask someone for childcare if I need to go to the doctor, to the dentist, or to get a haircut. I have a guaranteed day that I can go and do these things. And so I'm really excited and thankful for that. So all of those were the things that have made this year slightly easier and go a little bit smoother. We're gonna move on now to what is still kind of sticky and what I'm hoping to get ironed out somewhat as we move along through the year. What is still sticky for us this year is our family subjects. I have been trying to use the My Father's World, Exploring Countries and Cultures curriculum, but not completely, not in the way that it is meant to be used. I'm picking and choosing what I want to come out of that, but sometimes I just don't like what's in it, and so I'm also then supplementing from other areas and working on figuring out what those things are and having to search. It does take a little bit more time, and that's not to say that this isn't good. This is actually a very sweet curriculum. They're learning about geography. It's a very geography heavy year, but also learning about cultures all around the world and why that's important and what these people believe, how we can pray for them, what their food tastes like. It's really a neat little year, but sometimes I either can't get it all together or it doesn't make sense based on what else is going on, or we have a short week, you know, stuff like that. So it just hasn't flowed as well as I would want it to. So one of my goals is to figure out exactly how I'm going to do this, how far in, what kind of a deep dive am I going to do? Am I just going to pull out surface level, or am I gonna go all in? Am I gonna make our little passports and we're gonna pretend to fly to all these countries, which some moms do, and that's so fantastic. Or am I going to just say, okay, these are the pages we're gonna read about this culture, and here's our art project, and then we're gonna come over here and learn about it in this way. That's what I'm still working on, figuring out how much I'm going to give it. So maybe figuring out where it needs to fit in our day. Does it need to come before individual subjects or after? When am I most fresh? When does it make sense? That is still up in the air. That is what I'm still playing around with. I also need to do better about typing up my kids' schedules. I have posted this before. I will link a video down below, and maybe if I can, I might try to see if I can link the schedule that I use. And it worked. I did this really well last year, and it's basically just kind of a checklist. Have you done these things on this day? It's when they have piano, it's when they have soccer practice and stuff like that, but it's also what lesson in spelling, what page number, and they can check it off. And have they done their flashcards and their math facts? Things like that that sometimes fall by the wayside if I'm the one having to remember to tell everybody what to do. Which is sometimes just how I operate, and just like, oh, I don't want to have to sit down and type out the schedule again. But when I do it, it is beneficial, and my oldest really thrives with a checklist. So making sure that I am utilizing that, not just for myself, but also for the kiddos, that it would really help. And then grading. I have a pile of stuff to grade, especially with their math lessons being online. The only way I'm going to know if they are having issues, unless they come and tell me, is if I'm sitting down to grade their math pages, and in a timely fashion. So that has been something that has been new this year, is that I'm trying to make sure I'm grading things the day that it happens. Now, that does not always come to fruition, but I do try to like glance over it, look at it, so I can make sure that if there is some confusion, I can nip that in the bud and we can work through it. In a nutshell, that is how the start of this year has gone. I have been so thankful for this year. I do feel like we have spent a lot more intentional time on the things that you hear and want to do with homeschooling, nature study, and read alouds, and art and stuff like that. I do feel like I have tried to present and give my kids more of that, like a feast of that, than I have in the years past. Is it as much as some mamas on here? No, for sure not. I'm still really trying, but that's the beauty of it. And I hope that when you come to this space that you know that I don't have it all together. Not at all, like barely am I keeping it going in a way that that it works. And so I hope you find rest and solace in that, is that, hey, this is just another mom that's trying her hardest just like I am, because that is the truth here. I'm working on things being more fun, and then showing those to y'all, looking ahead, thinking about what's coming next, all of those things that really just don't come supernatural to me, and it's been nice. The Lord has blessed my efforts, that is for sure. So that's the beginning of our year, and I'm so glad that I can be a month in and be able to say those words to you, because I could not have done that last year. Thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you are from LaDonna's channel today and are new here. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already done so, if y'all wouldn't mind subscribing, that would mean the world to me. It really helps out channels like mine. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. That just lets me know what content you're liking and what you would want me to create more of. I also really enjoy getting to know y'all in the comments down below or over on Instagram. My handle there is the same as it is here, My Cathedral Garden, and I just love chatting with other mamas, especially those that we're just trying to do what the Lord has called us to do. So be sure to find me over there if you have not done that yet either. All right, you guys, until next time, bye.